Exclusive contract from Feilu Novel Network Novel. Man is swallowing. Intelligence is against heaven, fiancé AE is charming, through time devouring, is fiancé AE actually enchanting. The most important thing is that one's own understanding is contrary to heaven, and one can freely comprehend laws and master various fields. You have started to cultivate, and due to your rebellious understanding, you have comprehended the realm, levels 1, 2, 3. 9. You have started practicing, and due to your rebellious understanding, you have completely mastered the 5 elements law and become the master of the 5 elements. You have started practicing, and due to your rebellious nature, you have fully understood the laws of time and space, becoming the master of time and space. Planetary level, stellar level, cosmic level, domain master, realm master, immortal, universe master. Eternal true God, chaos master, upgrading without any bottleneck, it's simply not too satisfying. Who says there are no strong people on earth? I am the strongest in the universe. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. The bride is charming. I have an incredible understanding. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Located in Shaovilla 185, Yicheng District, Jiangnan Base City. Jiang Feng was in his room, looking bewildered. Turns out he's not an ordinary person, but a traveler. It has been 18 years since I traveled to this world. However, Jiang Feng has only just awakened his past life memories until now. RR Virus, Great Nirvana, Extreme Martial Arts School, Thunderbolt Martial Arts School, Hong, Thunder God. This is undoubtedly the world of Devouring the Starry Sky. However, compared to what I saw in my previous life as Devouring the Starry Sky, this world seems very strange. For example, I have a classmate named Luo Feng. Luo Feng's parents are both complete. He has a younger brother named Luo Hua and a good brother named Wei Wen. In theory, this can already be confirmed to be the Thai. However, thinking of this, Jiang Feng showed a mixture of tears and laughter. But my classmate Luo Feng, his younger brother Luo Hua, did not break his leg. Moreover, his family is still a well-established wealthy family. The most important thing is, as a high school student, shouldn't Luo Feng be in the stage of secretly falling in love with Su Xian now? But he's already engaged to Su Xian. What kind of ghost is it? In short, my classmate Luo Feng is simply the pinnacle of an ordinary person's happy and fulfilling life. Jiang Feng shook his head. Luo Feng is not actually the one who makes him the most confused. What really confuses him is himself. Because Jiang Feng has a fiancée AE who is many years older than him. Her fiancé AE's name is Yao Rao. Rather than being Jiang Feng's fiancé AE, it is more accurate to say that Yao Yao was the sister who raised him. According to Yao Yao herself, she is the adopted daughter of Jiang Feng's parents. And from the moment she remembered, Jiang Feng's parents instilled in her the idea of marrying Jiang Feng and protecting him when she grew up. Therefore, after Jiang Feng's parents died in the period of Great Nirvana, Yao Yao began to take care of Jiang Feng. Therefore, since Jiang Feng remembered, she has always been enchanting in taking care of him meticulously. So Jiang Feng is also uncertain whether this enchanting creature is the third-order existence of that planet. You have to say it. The enchanting person has never mentioned anything related to martial artists or cultivation, and has always been a gentle and intellectual side at home. And, if it's really that one, as the strongest person on earth, Hong Qingbai should at least live in a single-family villa in Mingyue community, right? You have to say no. Charming and charming. Over the past 30 years, it seems that there has been no trace left on the enchanting face. The most important thing is that the enchanting job has always been kept confidential, and she often goes on business trips, often shrouded in mystery. Oh, by the way. Jiang Feng also thought of something particularly speechless. Zhang Haobai, who was supposed to be the first villain in the original work, is now Luo Feng's #1 lackey. Apart from the above, there's nothing special about it. Whether it's history or some well-known figures. And those characters, including the personality portrayed by Luo Feng, are not much different from the memory of Devouring the Starry Sky. So although this is not a pure Devouring the Starry Sky world, it should be a parallel world of Devouring the Starry Sky. Jiang Feng's expression became solemn. Anyway, his situation is very unfavorable. After all, this is not a peaceful world. Starry beasts, space adventurers from the Nolan Mountain family, and so on. Although the world may be different, who can guarantee that these dangers will not come? In the original work, these crises were all solved by the protagonist's aura of Luo Feng, sticking to the point. For example, starry beasts. That was after Luo Feng obtained the inheritance of the immortal Huyen Bo at the rank of Marquis. Under the guidance of Babata, there was another group of Earth powerhouses who worked together and sacrificed themselves to narrowly resolve the issue. For example, the Nolan Mountain family of space adventurers. If it weren't for Luo Feng breaking through to the star level at all costs and obtaining the inheritance of Huyenbo. By operating, he became the Lord of Earth and incorporated it into the legal protection scope of the Black Dragon Mountain Empire. All the people on Earth will only end up being slaves. Think about the scenes in the universe where entire populations are implanted with chips, killed and humiliated at will. Jiang Feng couldn't help but look solemn. I can't imagine what it would be like for him and Yao Yao to become slaves and be played with by other races in the universe. Based on the current situation, it's really hard to say about this kind of thing. Firstly, based on the situation of Mount Luo in this world, it is simply impossible to expect. Endless situation. In my case, it's simply impossible to access the resources of Luo Feng in the original work. Firstly, my qualifications are just average. So far, I am only an intermediate student in a martial arts school. And I have been in excellent health since childhood, not to mention fainting from headaches. I haven't even experienced headaches. That is to say, there are no signs of awakening one's mental power. In other words, my brain domain is simply not up to standard and cannot attract Babata's attention. As this is a parallel world of Devouring the Starry Sky, it is difficult to say whether the Earth actually exists or not. For a moment, emotions such as anxiety, disappointment, sadness, and irritability flooded Jiang Feng's mind. Emotional fluctuations reach their peak, awaken your talents, and have an incredible understanding. Successful awakening of talent, brain domain begins to expand, 1%. 10%. Brain domain development reaches its peak, gaining mental power. Boom. Jiang Feng felt a loud sound flashing through his mind, as if creating a world of creation, with various different images emerging and disappearing in the spiritual world. As consciousness returned, Jiang Feng came to the window and looked at everything outside, his expression completely relaxed. The whole world is different in his eyes. Chapter 2. Preliminary Understanding of Laws and Creating Cultivation Methods. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Conquer the heart ape, calm the mind and calm the chi, recognize the spirit and retreat, and the primordial spirit emerges. In the beginning, there was God, and God was with the way. This God is the primordial God. The primordial spirit is a person's ID, and recognizing the divine is a person's acquired knowledge. Having experienced too much can easily lead a person to forget their true identity, ultimately resulting in the disappearance of their spiritual essence. In Buddhism, the primordial spirit also has a name, which is the Tathagata. When the Buddha preached, he said to sentient beings that all sentient beings possess the wisdom of the Tathagata, which cannot be achieved due to delusions and persistence. By proving one's true essence, one can see through the essence of everything in the world. Only by being able to see through everything can one have a complete understanding. Only with omniscience can one be omnipotent. Jiang Feng has gone through 2 lifetimes, breaking the mystery of the fetus and naturally revealing his true spirit. This is the essence of Jiang Feng's golden finger. Jiang Feng's golden finger is his ID. As for how to present the ID, it all depends on Jiang Feng's understanding of the ID. Sky, clouds, airflow, earth, architecture, flowers and plants, trees, flowing water, even the ubiquitous cosmic energy. The essence of all things begins to be rapidly deciphered. The earth is being crazily deciphered, and the risk of self-enlightenment has been detected. It has exited its state and returned to its divine consciousness. Jiang Feng suddenly burst into a cold sweat. It's so close. He almost became moralized. Although the essence of the primordial spirit is equally high, there are also differences in intensity. As one becomes more aware of the essence, the primordial spirit will also become stronger and gradually approach the path. Accepting information that exceeds one's own spiritual strength all at once can actually put one at risk of being assimilated by the information, which is known as Daoization. It seems we can't be impatient, everything needs to be done slowly. Jiang Feng took a gentle breath to calm his turbulent mood. My future path is to see and understand the essence of more and more things. Seeing knowledge is power. With the richness of the content in this big universe, I wonder where I can ultimately grow up to. Jiang Feng clenched his fist, full of fighting spirit and anticipation for the future. Just as he was analyzing heaven and earth, his physical fitness skyrocketed from an intermediate student to a junior warrior. The fist has a strength of over 900 kilograms and a speed of over 25 meters per second. That is to say, Jiang Feng, who was originally just an intermediate apprentice, is now a warrior. At the same time Jiang Feng extended his 5 fingers, revealing 5 changes in gold, wood, water, fire, and soil. He comprehended the subtle rules of the 5 elements. His true combat power is hard to say. This kind of cultivation speed is probably not comparable to Jiang Feng in the universe. Think about the sense of urgency and humiliation of the Nolan Mountain family in the original work. Jiang Feng believes it is necessary to work hard and say to them, "Sir, I'm eating feces. I don't eat beef. Jiang Feng, let's have a meal." At this moment, a seductive and gentle voice came from outside. "I'll come out right away." After calming down for a moment, Jiang Feng walked out of the room. Arriving at the restaurant, I saw a large table full of dishes with a variety of flavors and flavors. The primordial spirit emerges. Unleashing the ultimate understanding, the essence of dishes is being analyzed. Stir-fried pork with lettuce, made from the tenderloin of unicorn wild boar and the stem of giant lettuce. The unicorn wild boar evolved from the Jinhua pig, with a total of 34,586 evolutionary routes. Giant lettuce, evolved from lettuce in the Asteraceae family, has a total of 17,584 evolutionary paths. Braised pork ribs in brown sauce, made for the pork ribs of bloodthirsty tanks. The bloodthirsty tank evolved from the blue pond pig, with a total of 31,457 evolutionary routes. Dry pot fragrant meat, for lion mastiff dogs. Jiang Feng exclaimed, "Good guy. A table of dishes, not a single dish is ordinary. They are all made from monster meat and evolved plants." Of course, it may be due to the fact that Jiang Feng is only an intermediate apprentice, so the level of both monsters and plants is not high. After all, monsters and plants have higher levels, which is actually a burden for Jiang Feng, who only has intermediate apprentices in physical fitness. Jiang Feng believes that as his strength improves, enchanting will definitely elevate the level of ingredients. After understanding these, Jiang Feng couldn't help but blush. I didn't know before, but now I realize that every meal that the enchanting cook for him is not simple. In this situation, his previous growth rate, I have to say it's really pure waste. However, to be honest, the cultivation methods in this world are indeed too rudimentary. At the student level, it seems like a common exercise method combined with nutrition. Reaching a warrior is just a method of absorbing cosmic energy with 5 hearts facing the sky. Furthermore, it seems that there is only one path left to comprehend the law. Therefore, Jiang Feng thought to himself whether he could gradually create something that perfectly matched his cultivation method. If successful, he also needs to create cultivation methods that are suitable for enchantment. Of course, the cultivation methods of Chinese people must also be created. If the cultivation methods are 100% compatible, the cultivation effect can be improved several times. Even 100 times, 1,000 times. As for other people that Chinese people think, Jiang Feng does not intend to help them tailor a 100% compatible cultivation method. As a human on Earth, Jiang Feng created a cultivation method for the Chinese people, which other people can naturally practice as well. It's just impossible to fit 100%. Jiang Feng felt that this was already enough. As a Chinese, it is reasonable to have a bias towards Chinese people, right? Creating a 100% compatible cultivation method is not just Jiang Feng's wishful thinking. He can definitely do it now. It seems completely achievable. Chapter 3. Enchanting Tenderness, I will protect you in the future. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiang Feng regained his senses. My gaze unconsciously turned towards the busy figure still in the kitchen. That graceful and seductive figure seemed to have matured to the extreme. Jiang Feng smashed his mouth and suppressed his passion. No matter who is enchanting or not, I don't know how many people are drooling over her, right? Although enchanting, Jiang Feng was able to always guard his side. While moved, he also felt a bit guilty. I don't know how powerful Yao Yao is now. At the moment Jiang Feng's thoughts arose, a prompt sound echoed in his mind. Unleash the supernatural insight, in the analysis of target characters. Third-order planets. Planetary level 3. Jiang Feng was extremely excited in his heart. Isn't the seductive fiancé AE in front of her the one who exists? At this time on Earth. Except for a few who have already explored the secrets of the universe, in the eyes of most people. Planetary level 3, known as the existence that transcends the god of war. At this time, there are not many Earth that can reach planetary level existence. Therefore, as one of the 3 major guardians of Hong, the strongest on Earth, the enchanting strength and status can be imagined. However, for the sake of Jiang Feng, the enchanting one is willing to hide her identity and live with him in this small villa in Yicheng district. If Jiang Feng is not moved at all, it must be fake. Apart from being moved, Jiang Feng also has other complex emotions towards enchantment. For example, familial attachment, for example, love. Who doesn't like this charming, and beautiful woman? Fortunately, Yao Yao is his fiancée AE. He doesn't need to pursue, it's his woman. At this moment, the enchanting woman walked out of the kitchen carrying the last dish. Alright, the dishes are all ready. You go wash your hands quickly and then eat. The enchanting voice is very gentle. Moreover, Jiang Feng could feel the enchanting special feelings towards him. Aha! Jiang Feng nodded and walked into the kitchen to wash his hands before returning to the dining table. Discovering that the enchanting has already helped him prepare the meal. Come and try today's food to see if it suits your taste. Okay. Jiang Feng picked up his chopsticks and tasted every dish, only to find that the taste was very good. After giving a thumbs up to Yao Yao, she began to indulge in it. Seeing that Jiang Feng liked it, she seductively nibbled on it while continuing to stare at him with a smile on her face. It's really great that Jiang Feng can like it. Next, neither of them spoke. Enchanting and occasionally helping Jiang Feng pick up vegetables, the atmosphere is very warm. Seeing Jiang Feng eating well, she put down her chopsticks, and Yao Yao also put down her bowls and chopsticks. She put on an apron and began to tidy up. Looking at his seductive figure, Jiang Feng couldn't help but swallow his saliva. If it were in the past, Jiang Feng would have returned to his room long ago. Today, Jiang Feng took the initiative to help. You go back to your room to rest, I'll just tidy up. The enchanting woman was stunned for a moment. Enchanting, starting from today, I will be guarding this home from now on. With my current strength, I can't do anything else. Let's start by helping you clean up the dishes. Looking at Jiang Feng with firm eyes and constantly tidying up the dishes, he was enchanted and stunned once again. Suddenly, she realized that Jiang Feng had grown up. She is no longer the little one who only knows how to lie on her chest and act coquettishly. However, thinking of Jiang Feng's inexplicable talent, the enchanting voice could only comfort him softly. Jiang Feng, you have such a realization. Sister is very happy, but you don't have too much pressure. Sister can always protect you. Jiang Feng was somewhat moved and thought to himself that he must soon surprise the enchanting. After all, now he not only awakens the memories of his past life. In the realm of cultivation, he is also different from before. After everything is sorted out, the enchanting suddenly left with something to do. Jiang Feng knew that Yao Yao must have some tasks, but he didn't ask much. Now he can't help the enchanting favor at all. To truly protect this family, he must become stronger as soon as possible. Thinking of this, Jiang Feng immediately returned to his room. Fairy, before I become stronger, I can't help you with anything else. Let's create a cultivation method that suits you 100% first. After speaking, Jiang Feng sat on the bed and closed his eyes, trying to deduce the cultivation method. Just now, he had complete control over all the enchanting body data, including size and depth. So, what Jiang Feng first deduced was a cultivation method suitable for enchanting beings at the planetary level. Activate the heavenly enlightenment, target enchanting, level planetary, 100% compatible with the cultivation method deduction. 1%. 19%. 34%. 78%. 100%. Inference completed. The target uses this cultivation method, which can increase the cultivation effect by 10.100 times compared to the current cultivation method used by the target. Jiang Feng is very satisfied with this. If the enchanting cultivator uses this cultivation method to cultivate, it can increase the effect by at least 10 times. The so-dot called 10.100 times is related to the enchanting talent of oneself. After all, everyone has different talents, and even practicing the same cultivation method will naturally result in different effects. Moreover, through the deduction just now, Jiang Feng also understood. If he could see and learn more, there would still be a lot of room for improvement in the inferred set of techniques. Alright, now it's time to deduce the method that suits my current cultivation. Activate the heavenly enlightenment, target the deducer themselves, level apprentice level, using the universe rating. Jiang Feng's current junior warrior level warrior is only a junior apprentice in the universe, 100% in line with the cultivation method deduction. 1%. 24%. 49%. 76%. 100%. Inference completed. The target uses this cultivation method, which can increase by 100 compared to the current cultivation method used by the target. 0.1000 times the cultivation effect. Jiang Feng is ecstatic. The cultivation method he deduced for himself can actually increase the effect by at least 100 times. Ha ha ha. Not bad. With this cultivation method, I can quickly break through to the rank of Xingxing. If I could get Mu Yajing, my cultivation speed would be faster. Unfortunately, with my current strength, it's impossible to get that thing. As for Purple Light Dew, Bloodline Elixir, Water of Life, Star Heart and so on, there is no such thing on Earth, let alone for now. There are many things in Devouring the Starry Sky that can quickly enhance one's strength. For example, the blue wave marrow that is suitable for enchanting current use. Jiang Feng shook his head, shaking off those temporarily unrealistic ideas. Picking up her phone, she sent her the enchanting martial arts technique that had just been deduced, which perfectly matched her. Also leave a message. The exclusive cultivation method I have tailored for you can increase your cultivation effect by 10.100. Your dear little husband. Chapter 4. Initial Strength and Assessment of Candidates for Martial Arts. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. At an altitude of 10,000 meters. A Qianquan-level intelligent fighter jet is flying at lightning speed. The entire Earth has less than 5 finger words of Qianquan-level intelligent fighter jets. The owner of this intelligent fighter jet is the enchanting one who just received Hong's call to head to the headquarters of the Extreme Martial Arts School. Jiang Feng is looking for me. Yao Rao noticed that she and Jiang Feng's exclusive account had the latest news notification, so she immediately clicked to check. Qianquan-level intelligent fighter jet, capable of self-driving without the need for enchanting operations. Open the message, and seductively skip the compressed file and see the message Jiang Feng left for her. The exclusive cultivation method I have tailored for you can increase your cultivation effect by 10.100. Your dear little husband. When looking at those words earlier, the enchanting didn't pay attention. However, after seeing the words, your dear little husband, a blush rose uncontrollably on her enchanting pretty face. While she was momentarily feeling a little flustered in her heart, it was also the first time she felt an inexplicable heat. This is a sentiment she has never felt before. Jiang Feng has really grown up and matured. That's right, Jiang Feng is also a little adult now. I'm no longer the little one lying on my chest and acting coquettishly. Thinking that when Jiang Feng grows up, she will marry him. The enchanting heart became even more flustered. As for the other words in Jiang Feng's message to her, as well as the compressed package that perfectly fits her cultivation techniques, the enchanting and enchanting nature was directly ignored. Are you kidding me? Jiang Feng is currently just an intermediate student. This is still because she is enchanting and one of the 3 guardians of Hong, the strongest person on earth. If it weren't for the resources she secretly provided tomorrow, Jiang Feng may not be able to reach the level of a junior student now. As one of Hong's 3 guardians, Yaluo has already been exposed to many secrets of the universe. Nature knows, in the universe. The so-called apprentices on Earth are actually nothing at all. The warrior, and war god stages of Earth are actually apprentices in the universe. The existence of the Earth, which transcends the god of war, is known as a planetary star in the universe. Like enchanting, it's a 3rd-level planet. And in the universe, the star rating is nothing more than being able to provide basic necessities and play the role of a thug. On other planets, below the planetary level, there is no right to become a citizen of that planet. So, in the eyes of the enchanting, how could Jiang Feng, who is not even an Earth warrior, help her transcend the god of war to create exclusive cultivation techniques? But I can't hit Jiang Feng too hard either. After completing this task, I'll think about how to perfunctory him. Thinking of this, the enchanting gave the intelligent fighter the command to move forward at full speed. Jiang Feng didn't know that the techniques he deduced for Yao Yao perfectly matched her cultivation. In her enchanting eyes, she couldn't match the words, your dear little husband. At this point, Jiang Feng has already left the community. I now possess the strength of a warrior, so I want to qualify for the warrior assessment. Then participate in the martial arts assessment and become a warrior. Jiang Feng has no intention of hiding himself. Because in order to be exposed to more things faster, it is necessary to attract the top experts on Earth. It would be even better if it could draw the attention of potential babatas. Showcasing strength and talent is the most direct and efficient method. You don't show anything, everything is ordinary. In a power, a tribe, or an organization, how can everyone concentrate resources to cultivate you? Jiang Feng is now practicing alone, and he can also reach the peak. But that's too slow. Growth and cultivation both require resources. To obtain resources, one needs strength and status. So Jiang Feng went out. Driving towards the extreme martial arts school with the enchanting THR.191 bought for him. This is an all-white Aston Martin sports car that looks very gorgeous. The THR.191 is the latest and most expensive Aston Martin sports car. Because it has flight function. If converted to Chinese currency, it would cost 36 million yuan per vehicle. 36 million Chinese coins, which is a wealth that ordinary people cannot earn in their lifetime. Not long ago, Jiang Feng drove the THR.191 to the entrance of the Extreme Martial Arts School in Yicheng District. Just as Jiang Feng got off the car, a young man holding a beautiful woman greeted him with a hypocritical smile. Jiang Feng, did you come to the martial arts school to exercise today? Jiang Feng just glanced at the young man, ignored him, and walked directly into the Extreme Martial Arts School. However, a warning sound came to my mind. Activate the supernatural insight, target character analysis. Character structure analysis. Gene analysis. Action mode analysis. Not entering the mainstream. Analyzing characters, whether weak or strong, can increase one's own nutrition. This young man is not even a warrior, and according to the universe rating, he is not considered mainstream. However, here, the other party is a senior student and belongs to the category of geniuses. This young man is very hypocritical. On the surface, he is very friendly to him, but behind the scenes, he looks down on him. Therefore, Jiang Feng was too lazy to pay attention. Lin Xiao, who is this person? Such a drag, not even giving Lin Xiao face. Although that's the case. The beautiful woman's gaze remained fixed on THR.191. She had heard of this series of sports cars for a long time, but it was still the first time she had seen them. It is said to also have flight function. If she sits in the co-pilot seat for a ride, she will probably get wet directly, right? There was a hint of jealousy and disdain in the young man's eyes, but he did not notice anything unusual about his girlfriend. Seeing Jiang Feng completely enter the extreme martial arts school, he whispered with disdain. A useless person with some background. Humph. They occupy the high-quality resources of the martial arts school and are only intermediate students until now. If those resources could be given to me, I would be a warrior by now. The young man's name is Lin Qingbai and he is a senior student. At the Extreme Martial Arts School in Yicheng District, it has a considerable reputation. Because he is only 23 years old now, he has the strength to approach a warrior. His strength is approaching. Speed is already meeting the requirements for martial arts assessment. The neurological response is still much worse for now. After entering the martial arts school, Jiang Feng walked towards the second floor. According to the rules of the martial arts school, junior students can only enter the first floor. Intermediate students are able to enter the second floor. To become a senior student, one can enter the third floor. To enter the fourth floor, you need to become a martial arts instructor or warrior. Jiang Feng now possesses the strength of a warrior, but he has not yet participated in the assessment. So for now, they are only intermediate students in the martial arts school and can only enter the second floor. Jiang Feng. Jiang Feng. Many students in the martial arts school greet Jiang Feng. It's not because Jiang Feng has high strength. But Jiang Feng is a decent person, and it is said that he has a big background in the extreme martial arts school. No one knows the specific background. Two teenagers who were similar to Jiang Feng also walked over to greet them. These two are high school classmates of Jiang Feng. Feng, you're here too. Speaking is Yang Hao, a junior student. Turn on the supernatural insight, target task analysis is in progress. Not entering the mainstream. Jiang Feng, didn't you say you weren't coming today yesterday? Let's take a walk and exercise together. Qingbai, intermediate student. Activate the supernatural insight, target character analysis. Character structure analysis. Gene analysis. Action mode analysis. Not entering the mainstream. He has a good relationship with Jiang Feng because they often exercise together. Menggu, I'm not here to exercise today. Let's go together next time. Qingbai is a bit older than Jiang Feng, and his previous strength was also stronger than Jiang Feng, so Jiang Feng called him Menggu. Watching Jiang Feng leave behind, Yang Hao and Qingbai were both stunned. Meng, why didn't Feng come to the martial arts school for training? Did he come to test it? I don't think so. Jiang Feng just took the test yesterday and is still far from becoming a senior student. At this point, Jiang Feng had already arrived in front of a coach at the martial arts school. Activate the supernatural insight, in target character analysis. Character structure analysis. Gene analysis. Action mode analysis. Apprentice level 1. Jiang Feng knew before that Wang Tian was a warrior, but he didn't know the specific strength. Now it is known that according to Earth's theory, it is a junior warrior. Jiang Feng, what's up? Wang Tian saw Jiang Feng, and compared to other students, he showed more politeness, but not much. If it weren't for the instructions from above to take care of Jiang Feng, he wouldn't even want to pay attention to the fact that Jiang Feng, a qualified garbage, has hardly ever become a martial arts student. Coach Wang, I would like to apply to participate in the quasi-warrior assessment. Ha! Not only Wang Tian was stunned. Everyone present looked bewildered. When Jiang Feng tested his physical data yesterday, there was still a big gap between him and the advanced students. Today I suddenly ran to say that I want to participate in the quasi-warrior assessment. Hello. Isn't Jiang Feng crazy? Chapter 5. Fist Strength Test, 1,309 kilograms. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Lin Qingbai, who passed by the second floor, also heard Jiang Feng's words. He is even more dumbfounded. Even he has not yet qualified to participate in the quasi-martial arts assessment, how could Jiang Feng participate? Of course. It's not that Lin Qingbai cannot participate in the quasi-warrior assessment, it's just that he will definitely fail. According to regulations, as long as one reaches the level of senior apprentice in the martial arts school, they can apply for the quasi-martial arts assessment, and there is no limit on the number of times. Many warriors stay in advanced apprenticeship for a long time, failing many times before successfully passing the quasi-warrior assessment. Of course, passing the quasi-warrior assessment does not mean becoming a warrior, and one must also pass practical combat. There are still more people who will stay as quasi-warriors for their entire lives because they cannot pass practical assessments. Lin Qingbai regained his senses and immediately walked towards Jiang Feng. Then he said in the tone of a passerby. If you practice martial arts too quickly, you won't be able to achieve it. As a junior, it must be because your exercise is too hard and you need to rest more. Don't put too much pressure and have hallucinations. Lin Qingbai's words seemed to concern Jiang Feng, but everyone present could hear them. Lin Qingbai is at the yin-yang weiqi Jiang Feng. If you don't have the strength, don't dream about it. It's better to wash up and sleep early. Jiang Feng ignored Lin Qingbai, who was just a non-mainstream guy. Because it awakened the memories of past lives and opened up the ability to transcend the heavens. Jiang Feng's vision has long been beyond the earth, but rather the entire universe. Coach Wang, I would like to apply to participate in the quasi-warrior assessment. Although Wang Tian also disliked Lin Qingbai, the resolute look in Jiang Feng's eyes made it even more difficult for him to handle. Jiang Feng is determined to participate in next month's quasi-warrior assessment. Jiang Feng, are you serious? Jiang Feng nodded and said, yes. I'm not joking, I'm not dreaming, and I haven't had any illusions. Lin Qingbai felt a bit embarrassed upon hearing this, but he felt very disdainful in his heart. What is it that an intermediate student wants to participate in the quasi-warrior assessment, not just a dream? Humph. Even if Jiang Feng has a background in the martial arts school, the extreme martial arts school will not allow you to act recklessly like this. Lin Qingbai seemed to have seen the scene where Jiang Feng was rejected and then laughed at by everyone. Therefore, he is no longer in a hurry to go to the third floor for exercise. Jiang Feng, since you have decided, let's test your body data first. If you can meet the requirements for participating in the quasi-warrior assessment, I will help you apply. Jiang Feng nodded and agreed. He knows this is a necessary process. Wang Tian originally intended to persuade Jiang Feng. However, thinking of the previous greeting to open more back doors for this kid, he nodded and agreed. Anyway, there's no danger. Let Jiang Feng recognize the gap and have more motivation. Of course. Wang Tian did not directly agree to let Jiang Feng participate in next month's quasi-warrior assessment. But obviously, Jiang Feng is testing his body data inside the martial arts school. If Jiang Feng's physical data does not meet the requirements, this matter will pass like this. Wang Tian led Jiang Feng towards the corner of the martial arts training hall on the second floor. There are 2 fist strength testing machines placed there. Including Lin Qingbai, a group of students followed curiously. I don't know what Jiang Feng thinks, even though he only has intermediate-level students' abilities, he wants to participate in the quasi-martial arts assessment. What else can I think? I must think that I can never become a martial artist in this lifetime, so I want to see it. He. Do you think Jiang Feng will get some kind of adventure and then his strength will skyrocket? However, this statement was quickly denied by everyone. Since the Great Nirvana, there have been many adventures. But no one believes that this good thing will fall back on Jiang Feng. And even if there are adventures, it's impossible to become a warrior from an intermediate student in less than a day, right? It can only be said that recognition cannot surpass one's own perception. At this point, Wang Tian has brought Jiang Feng to the corner of the martial arts training hall. He pointed to one of the fist strength testing machines, and said, Jiang Feng, test your fist power. Jiang Feng nodded and slowly walked to the front of a fist test machine to stand still. Whether it's Extreme Martial Arts School or Thunderbolt Martial Arts School. Whether it is the Intermediate Student Assessment, the Advanced Student Assessment, or even the Martial Arts Assessment, it is necessary to test one's martial arts skills. The difference is that the student assessment only tests their punching power. The assessment of martial artists not only requires physical strength, but also tests speed and neural response. Breath. Inhale. Standing in front of the fist test machine, Jiang Feng felt both excited and nervous in his heart. Even if he has enough strength, this is still the first time he has shown his strength. Jiang Feng was about to strike his fist, and his primordial spirit came out. Unleashing the ultimate understanding, in the analysis of fist power postures. There are a total of 186 fist power postures that are suitable for the current 9,846 fist power postures. Screening the most suitable fist power postures for the current situation. Filter successful. At this moment, Jiang Feng had a clear idea in his mind of a fist force posture. This is currently the most suitable position for his punching power. Jiang Feng took a deep breath again and then used the newly realized punching technique to exert his strength. Wang Tian and a group of students who were watching suddenly noticed that Jiang Feng's entire aura had changed. Jiang Feng's gaze fixed, as if he were a raging lion. Jiang Feng's spine seemed to be instantly tightened by a rounded bowstring, and he exerted force while turning his ankle. The power instantly reaches Jiang Feng's waist and hips, and then continues to pass through his spine. Jiang Feng's right fist had just been swung, and the sound of breaking through the air had already begun. Bang! I saw Jiang Feng's right fist strike the target of the fist strength testing machine with incredible speed. The fist target suddenly shook uncontrollably fiercely. Immediately after, the number 1,309 kilograms appeared on the screen of the fist test machine. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. Is the machine broken? Alarm the owner. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 1,309 kilograms. See this floating number. Everyone present had a look of shock on their faces. Jiang Feng himself was somewhat surprised. He knows that his punching power is now over 900 kilograms. But I didn't expect to reach 1,309 kilograms. It seems that this is the effect of the newly realized power posture. Surprisingly, it doubled the strength by 1.5 times. You should know that this is just a fist power posture, not a power technique. The nine-fold thunder knife, created by the thunder god, is not only a sword technique, but also a power technique. By reaching the 9th level of cultivation, you can unleash an additional 9 levels of dark energy and unleash 70% of your strength. That is 7 times the original physical strength. This is one of the top techniques on Earth currently. But Jiang Feng only increased his current body strength by 0.5 times by adjusting his power posture. If Jiang Feng masters the most suitable power technique at present, the fist power that Jiang Feng can unleash now will be very terrifying. No, impossible. Lin Qingbai's face turned iron green. His current punching power is only slightly over 800 kilograms. Yesterday, Jiang Feng, who was still an intermediate student, achieved a boxing strength of 1,300. The machine is broken, right? It must be the machine. Lin Qingbai, who was unwilling to accept reality, felt that it was only reasonable if the machine was broken. Jiang Feng, this machine is broken. Please retest it with another machine. Jiang Feng turned around and gave Lin Qingbai a fierce cut. He doesn't want to argue with this non-mainstream guy, but that doesn't mean he can tolerate this guy repeatedly bothering him. He is now a warrior, and even if he kills Lin Qingbai, there will be no problem. Besides, he also has a star-rated fiancé AE. If Lin Qingbai doesn't know what's going on, then kill him. Lin Qingbai was still shouting, unaware that death had already set his sights on him. Jiang Feng didn't speak, but looked towards Wang Tian. Wang Tian also regained his senses at this moment. He knows that the fist test machine won't break down. However, Jiang Feng punched 1,300 kilograms, and he was also a bit scared. Moreover, many students on the field questioned whether the machine was broken. He also had some doubts about whether the machine was broken. Wang Tiandian spoke up and said, Jiang Feng, you can use another machine to test it. Jiang Feng nodded and walked to another, fist strength testing machine. Then, using the current most suitable force position for him, he punched out. Bang! Jiang Feng's fist drew an almost perfect curve, like a shell landing on the target of the fist strength testing machine. Soon, the number 1,359 kilograms appeared on the screen of the fist test machine. Everyone is confused again. Lin Qingbai opened his mouth, but did not speak again. He is not a fool. If it was once, it could be that the machine was broken. Jiang Feng was able to hit 1,300 kilograms twice, indicating that he really had this level of boxing power. Just how could this be possible? What Lin Qingbai doesn't know is, Jiang Feng did not use the technique of chanting, which is not the maximum boxing power he can currently achieve. Jiang Feng is very satisfied with his current boxing skills. Coach Wang, help me turn on the speed tester. Jiang Feng stood on a 60-meter-long runway and shouted to Coach Wang. Good. Wang Tian numbly turned on the switch of the speed tester, and the camera lit up. Unleashing the ultimate understanding, in the analysis of running postures. There are a total of 986. 71 types of running postures. Suitable for the current 3578 running postures. Selecting the most suitable running posture for the current situation. Filter successful. In an instant, Feng realized the most suitable running posture for him. My heart was filled with joy, and it was indeed what he had in mind. After adjusting his posture, Feng's arrow, which seemed to be off the string, quickly started running. Brush. Feng quickly rushed to the runway near the speed tester, which is the speed tester area. As Feng runs through this area, the speed tester also provides Feng's current speed. 30.1 meters per second. The whole audience was once again shocked. The speed standard for martial arts assessment is 25 meters per second. That is to say, Feng's speed test also far exceeded the martial arts assessment standards. Hello. Isn't I really dreaming? Just now you were mocking me. Now believe what I said about Feng getting an adventure, right? Isn't it really that the instrument is broken? Wang Tian was on the side and didn't know what to say anymore. Then Feng conducted a neural response test. Undoubtedly, Feng's neurological response test score far exceeded the martial arts assessment criteria. The people present finally understood something. Feng said he will participate in next month's martial arts assessment. It's not a dream. It's not just a fantasy. I don't even want to go see it. But it's actually the ability to become a warrior. However, everyone is a bit unable to accept this reality. Mingming Jiangfeng was still a waste yesterday. Why did it suddenly become so powerful today? Coach Wang, can I apply for the quasi-warrior assessment next month, which is tomorrow? Wang Tian wiped the cold sweat off his forehead and said. Wait a moment, I need to consult with the higher-ups about this matter. Wang Tian walked to the side, called the higher-ups, and explained the matter once. It was quickly alarmed above. Is the machine broken? It's definitely impossible. It is impossible for two fist strength testing machines, as well as a speed testing machine and a nerve response testing machine to break down at the same time. That is to say, our martial arts school has cultivated another warrior. What? That student was still an intermediate student yesterday, and his name was Feng. Wait a minute, I'll come over right now. Soon. The owner of this extreme martial arts school, Jiang Nian, arrived at the school. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 7. Spiritual Mindfulness Master, shocking the entire audience. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Watching Jiang Nian walk by with big meteors. Hello instructor. Everyone present, including Wang Tian, rushed to say hello. Jiang Nian is the most powerful figure in this extreme martial arts school. So according to the rules, everyone calls him the instructor. Activate the supernatural insight, in target character analysis. Character structure analysis. Gene analysis. Action mode analysis. Senior apprentice. Feng clearly felt that he had absorbed more nutrients. For Feng, seeing knowledge is strength. The analysis of Wang Tian, Jiang Nian, and others is also a form of insight. Jiang Nian nodded and went straight to Feng, smiling and patting his shoulder. Feng. If it were before awakening his past life memories, Feng would not have made a fool of himself when facing such a person, but he would definitely not have been able to maintain inner composure. Even facing Jiang Nian now, Feng can remain calm and composed. Who made him spend his days and nights with planetary level enchantments? Hello instructor. Well, you have a good heart. Jiang Yan nodded with a smile and continued, I heard you want to apply for tomorrow's quasi-warrior assessment. Tomorrow is the first. The monthly assessment for quasi-warriors at the Extreme Martial Arts Academy is on the first day of each month. So the quasi-warrior assessment that Jiang Feng wants to apply for next month is actually tomorrow. This is also why Jiang Feng urgently came to the martial arts school to apply today, otherwise he would have to wait another month. Jiang Feng nodded and said, yes. Okay, although you have already tested it, some people say the machine is broken, so you need to test it again, is that okay? Jiang Feng nodded. Lin Qingbai, on the other hand, shrank back. He only had one idea now, which was to find a hole to burrow into. Then, under Jiang Yan's personal supervision, Jiang Feng once again began testing his fist power, speed, and neural response. Fist strength of 1,355 kilograms. Speed of 30.5 meters per second. The neural response is perfect. As a veteran warrior, even with the naked eye, Jiang Yan can clearly see that Jiang Feng's fist power and speed have reached the level of a warrior. The claim that the machine is broken is pure nonsense. Jiang Yan couldn't help but feel ecstatic inside. The extreme martial arts school he is in has produced a genius, and he is a super genius. You should know that Jiang Feng is only 17 years old now. The 17-year-old warrior has not appeared for many years. What matters now is not to let Jiang Feng go to the headquarters to participate in the quasi-warrior assessment. But the idea is to keep Jiang Feng in the extreme martial arts school. Because once this news spreads, the Thunderbolt Martial Arts Academy, HR Alliance, and military forces from various countries will definitely try to win over Jiang Feng in various ways. Jiang Yan knew that Jiang Feng was not an ordinary person, there were people in the extreme martial arts school. But Jiang Yan cannot guarantee that Jiang Feng will stay at the extreme martial arts school because of this. If Jiang Feng could stay in the extreme martial arts school, then his credit would be great. Instructor, can I now apply to participate in next month's quasi-warrior assessment? Jiang Feng asked again. Jiang Feng, it's not urgent to participate in the assessment. First, tell me why your strength suddenly skyrocketed. You also tested yesterday, and at that time you were still far from reaching the advanced level of students, right? Jiang Yan smiled, not a bit of the owner's airs. Wang Tian was amazed on the side. When did the owner become so approachable? Jiang Feng's mind moved and a barbell flew up next to him, then slammed fiercely towards the wall. The wall was directly smashed into a large pit. Last night, I suddenly awakened my mental and intellectual abilities. Jiang Feng told a very reasonable lie. So Jiang Yan and everyone present believed it. Jiang Yan had a sudden realization on his face. That's not surprising, no wonder you were very mediocre before and suddenly your strength skyrocketed. While other students present understood, they were also envious. I see, it turns out that Jiang Feng has awakened his spiritual power. No wonder my strength suddenly skyrocketed. Many students imagine that they can suddenly awaken their mental and intellectual abilities. Then, Jiang Yan became even more excited. If a 17-year-old warrior is a super genius, that 17-year-old spiritual master is a demon. With Jiang Feng's performance, he may qualify for the elite training camp. The elite training camp is also known as the God of War Reserve Camp. Those who can join the elite training camp and graduate alive have almost all become war gods. Jiang Yan became more and more excited as he thought about it. It's just such a demon, from his martial arts school. Thinking that Jiang Feng was still being greeted and taken care of by the upper authorities, Jiang Yan decided to report it immediately. As for the assessment of quasi-warriors, is it important? So, after layers of reporting, Yao Yao quickly learned the news. After all, Jiang Feng is the person she wants to greet. She was very surprised to learn that Jiang Feng had already possessed the physical fitness of a martial artist and had awakened his spiritual and mental abilities, becoming a spiritual master. Isn't Jiang Feng's qualifications indescribable? Why is it suddenly so powerful? As a third-level planet, Yao Yao has long verified whether Jiang Feng has the potential to become a spiritual master. The result is naturally not. So the enchanting was very surprised. She doesn't know what happened to Jiang Feng, but it's a good thing. However, thinking of the message Jiang Feng left her this morning, she shook her head seductively. What helped her create an exclusive cultivation technique should be a child's imagination after Jiang Feng gained some strength. However, a happy smile suddenly appeared on her enchanting and pretty face. No, it should be said to be a little man's imagination. Even if Jiang Feng already possesses the strength of a warrior. Even if Jiang Feng has awakened and become a spiritual master. Fairy still doesn't feel that Jiang Feng can create her own cultivation method. Hong, who was standing beside him, couldn't help but joke and say, "It seems like it's your little husband again. What message did he send you?" Her enchanting face turned red and she regained consciousness, only then realizing that she had lost her composure. Quickly speaking up, "Master, I just received the news below that Jiang Feng has awakened his spiritual and mental abilities, and has become a martial artist." Hong Wenyan was somewhat surprised. He knows that Jiang Feng's qualifications can really be considered a waste. Unexpectedly, Jiang Feng suddenly awakened his spiritual and mental abilities, and now he has become a warrior. Well, Hong feels that humanity has added a glimmer of hope. For your sake, let's give Jiang Feng a spot in the elite training camp. Upon hearing the enchanting words, she did not rejoice, but began to hesitate. You should know that elite training camps can also be dangerous, and even have a mortality rate. Jiang Feng was able to become a martial artist and a spiritual thinker, which naturally made him enchanting and happy. However, she never intended for Jiang Feng to become the god of war. She only wanted Jiang Feng to be safe and happy. Hong couldn't see her enchanting thoughts and couldn't help but laugh. Enchanting. Caring leads to chaos. In this vast universe, without strength, who can guarantee their own safety all the time? Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. God of War Preparatory Camp. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yangzhou City, Yicheng District Extreme Martial Arts Museum. Jiang Nian quickly received the 3 instructions above. Tomorrow, arrange for Jiang Feng to go to the Yangzhou City General Hall of Extreme Martial Arts to participate in the Quasi-Martial Arts Assessment, and next month arrange for Jiang Feng to participate in the Martial Arts Practical Assessment. Grant Jiang Feng the qualification of Elite Training Camp. Once Jiang Feng completes the martial arts assessment and becomes a warrior, someone will be sent to pick him up. After reading the 2 instructions above, Jiang Nian was both excited and nervous. Excitedly, it seems that his martial arts school has cultivated a future god of war. Nervously, once Jiang Feng's talent is revealed, the Thunderbolt Martial Arts School and other forces are likely to be restless. Jiang Nian made it clear that he must keep Jiang Feng at the Extreme Martial Arts School. What Jiang Nian doesn't know is, due to his enchanting nature, Jiang Feng will definitely join the Extreme Martial Arts School before he leaves Earth. Without delay, Jiang Nian immediately walked back to Jiang Feng's side. Jiang Feng, come with me. Jiang Nian led Jiang Feng towards his office. For a moment, everyone present was very confused. They know that Jiang Feng's performance just now can definitely be considered a genius. But what they never expected was that Jiang Nian, as the owner of the museum, paid so much attention to Jiang Feng. You should know that even ordinary teachers in martial arts schools are not qualified to enter the master's office. Unexpectedly, Jiang Feng, who was ordinary and unremarkable, suddenly awakened his spiritual power and leaped into martial arts. Jiang Feng is really lucky. After becoming a warrior, he can easily obtain both status and wealth. If only I could become a warrior. Since the Great Nirvana period, the status of warriors has always been the highest. The world's strongest, Hong, and the world's second strongest, Thor, even the 5 great powers must be treated equally with them. That's right, after becoming a warrior, you can join the military. The country will provide extremely generous benefits to the warrior and their family, and you can also obtain a murder license, which can make temporary decisions to kill ordinary people according to the situation. Humph, what's good about joining the army? If I become a warrior, I must join the Extreme Martial Arts School, and our Extreme Martial Arts School also has privileges. If an ordinary person provokes a warrior, they can report it to the Martial Arts School. After the Martial Arts School verifies the truth, they will directly take the ordinary person away through the Jiangnan City Security Bureau. Actually, joining a certain group, family, or major force is also good. Although the benefits are not as good as joining the military or martial arts school, it is definitely the one who earns the most money. I think warriors should bravely take risks, so if I become a warrior, I must join a mercenary and go through life and death with my teammates. Among the students present, only Lin Qingbai is a senior student, while the rest are only intermediate students. Their gaze can only recognize the level of warriors. They only thought that Jiang Feng became a warrior because he awakened his spiritual and intellectual abilities. But I don't know the rarity and terror of spiritual masters. Even Lin Qingbai was not aware of this, only the silent instructor Wang Tian knew a little bit. However, he only knew that the spiritual mind teacher was very powerful and was a presence that various organizations were trying to win over. Lin Qingbai has a natural sense of superiority when facing a group of intermediate students who admire and envy Jiang Feng. He said fiercely in his heart. A group of frogs at the bottom of the well, what do you know? Warriors can indeed gain a lot, but they need to face battles and don't know when to die. Just Jiang Feng, that useless person, even though he awakened his spiritual power and suddenly became a martial artist from an intermediate student, he had no practical experience. There's no need for the subsequent battles, I'm afraid he'll lose his life if it's just a practical assessment to become a true warrior. Lin Qingbai was the one who envied Jiang Feng the most, so he wished Jiang Feng would die immediately. The owner's office. Jiang Feng, why are you standing? Sit down, don't be constrained. You and I are both surnamed Jiang. 500 years ago, maybe it was a family. Jiang Feng couldn't help but smile bitterly. Sitting down on the leather sofa for guests. Sure enough, in this world, talent and status determine everything. Of course, both talent and status are symbols of strength. The most crucial thing is still strength. If it had been before, even if Jiang Yan knew that Jiang Feng's people in the extreme martial arts school were enchanting, he would not have been so polite to Jiang Feng. Jiang Feng, your body's various data have met the martial artist's requirements. However, your current status is still an intermediate student. According to the rules, you need to pass the assessment to become a senior student before you can participate in the quasi-martial arts assessment. But you are a genius from our martial arts school, so we have made an exception to allow you to directly participate in the quasi-warrior assessment tomorrow. Thank you very much, Master. Jiang Feng was not surprised by this. He, who has awakened his past life memories, knows too much about the status of spiritual masters on earth. So he didn't choose to hide like Luo Feng did in the original work, but directly stated it. In order to quickly gain the attention of Extreme Martial Arts School and obtain better resources. Jiang Feng, besides that, there is one more thing I want to tell you. Before saying anything, Jiang Yan's expression had already become very excited. Jiang Feng was very puzzled about this and also curious about what was going on. Master, please tell me. Jiang Feng, have you ever heard of the God of War Preparatory Camp? Of course Jiang Feng knew, and he had already decided to join. Does he now qualify to join the God of War Reserve Camp? If he can join the God of War Reserve Camp, it means that he has received full attention from the above. So obtaining various cultivation resources is naturally not a problem. Of course, Jiang Feng didn't show it on his face and calmly said, I heard that our extreme martial arts school has two major training camps, one is the basic training camp and the other is the elite training camp. The elite training camp is also known as the God of War Preparatory Camp, right? Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 9. Lin Qingbai's death, Jiang Feng's slightly illusionary punishment. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiang Yan nodded and became even more satisfied with Jiang Feng. These pieces of intelligence are unknown even to ordinary warriors. Because they are not qualified to come into contact. Jiang Feng surprisingly knows these things. It seems that Jiang Feng has a high status among people in the extreme martial arts school. I don't know if Jiang Feng can enter the management reserve this time, and if there is any assistance from the person above Jiang Feng. Thinking of this, Jiang Yan suddenly felt that he had been overthinking before. He doesn't need to worry about Jiang Feng not joining the extreme martial arts school. Since Jiang Feng has someone on top, he will definitely join the extreme martial arts school in the future. Jiang Feng, you're right. Our extreme martial arts school's basic training camp selects some talented warriors from around the world. After entering the basic training camp, one can receive the best training and access the best resources. The elite training camp is the world's first training camp, and almost all students who can graduate alive have become the God of War, so it is also called the God of War Preparatory Camp. After joining the elite training camp, if you perform well enough, you may even receive personal guidance from the founder of our extreme martial arts school, Hong. Jiang Yan became more and more excited as he spoke, as if he was the one who got the quota. Jiang Feng, do you know how many people there are in our entire Jiangnan base city? Jiang Feng replied, our Jiangnan base city has a population of approximately 200 million. Jiang Yan nodded and continued, saying, that's right, our Jiangnan base city has a total population of 200 million, but do you know how long it takes for the entire Jiangnan base city to be selected for business training? Of course Jiang Feng knew, but he shook his head and said, I'm not sure. 5 years. Jiang Yan was very excited. Generally speaking, it takes about 5 years for only one person to be selected. And our entire Huaxia country has 6 base cities with a population of over 1 billion, but do you know Jiang Feng? Our entire Huaxia country only has 1 selection spot per year. And you, Jiang Feng, have now directly obtained the qualification to join the elite training camp. Jiang Yan finished speaking and looked at him excitedly. What disappointed him was the result. Jiang Feng is very calm. Shouldn't Jiang Feng be ecstatic? Even if he doesn't faint from excitement, he should be at least 10 times more excited than him, right? But what's going on with Jiang Feng's calm and composed performance? Jiang Feng, aren't you excited? Oh, owner, I'm so excited that I can join the elite training camp. Jiang Yan's mouth twitched, and he finally understood. Jiang Feng must have known these things long ago. These must have been told by Jiang Feng from the extreme martial arts school. Yeah. If Jiang Feng is really an ordinary person, how could there be someone on top of him, and how could he awaken his spiritual power and become a spiritual thinker? Jiang Yan thinks this is the only reasonable way. Jiang Feng, based on your physical data and your mental state, whether it's tomorrow's quasi-martial arts assessment or next month's practical assessment, you have no problem. After you complete these 2 assessments, someone will be directly sent to pick you up at the elite training camp. After you arrive at the elite training camp, you must perform well. The better your performance, the more resources you will receive. Work hard, I believe you will graduate successfully and become the new god of war. After thinking he had figured out some truth, Jiang became less excited. As for persuading Jiang Feng to join the extreme martial arts school in advance, Jiang did not mention it directly. Thank you very much, the owner. I will definitely work hard. Alright, prepare well and participate in the quasi-warrior assessment at the Extreme Martial Arts Hall in Yangzhou City tomorrow. Jiang Feng nodded and then left the owner's office. Go back to the second floor. The students who had a good relationship with Jiang Feng on weekdays immediately gathered around. Jiang Feng, congratulations on becoming a warrior soon. Jiang Feng, even the owner personally called you to the office. It seems that you have become a warrior and are stable. Yeah, give us some guidance. I want to become a senior student soon and then challenge martial artists. My speed and neural response now meet the requirements of advanced students, but my martial arts master is almost there. Can you give me some guidance? Jiang Feng originally planned to leave the martial arts school directly. But these students are too enthusiastic. Thinking that there might not be many opportunities for contact in the future, Jiang Feng nodded and agreed. Okay, let's practice your exercises separately, and I'll help you point out your shortcomings. Upon hearing Jiang Feng's words, each student was excited to start exercising in their previous way. Lin Qingbai sneered on the side. Laugh to death, a lucky warrior who awakens his spiritual and intellectual abilities, and even wants to guide others, he is not afraid of misleading others. In Lin Qingbai's view, even though Jiang Feng already possesses the strength of a warrior, he still needs to guide others by a long way. He murmured softly and was quite far away from Jiang Feng, feeling that he couldn't hear him. It can only be said that Lin Qingbai underestimated the strength of the warrior and even underestimated the strength of Jiang Feng. Jiang Feng's eyes lit up with a flash of light, and he immediately applied magic to Lin Qingbai. From then on, every time Lin Qingbai worked hard to exercise, he would have the illusion of constantly improving his strength. Then, when I felt like I had reached the limit of being a martial artist, and was pleasantly surprised, my strength fell back to that of a senior student, and I kept repeating it. Jiang Feng looked in the direction of Lin Qingbai, his mouth curved. I don't know how much more pride Lin Qingbai can still surpass after repeating hundreds of times. After finishing these, Jiang Feng ignored Lin Qingbai and instead looked at the students who were asking for his guidance. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 10. Extreme Punishment. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiang Feng looked at the trainees who were practicing their regular exercises one by one. The first thing to look at is Qingmeng, who has a good relationship. Unleashing the ultimate insight, analyzing the target character's exercise methods. There are 985 problems with this target exercise method. 14,882 improvement plans are available. Currently screening for the best improvement plan. Screening successful. Jiang Feng came to Qingmeng's side. There's a big problem with your exercise routine, you should be like this. Jiang Feng provided guidance on Qingmeng's exercise methods. Qingmeng immediately followed suit and found that the feeling was clearly different from his previous exercise. His eyes lit up, knowing that it was definitely more effective than his previous exercise routine. Jiang Feng, thank you. Continuing to exercise in this way, I wish you become a senior student soon and then a warrior. Okay, I will work hard. Jiang Feng looked at another student next to Qingmeng. Unleashing the ultimate insight, analyzing the target character's exercise methods. There are 1,014 problems with this target exercise method. 15,488 improvement plans are available. Currently screening for the best improvement plan. Screening successful. Jiang Feng also provided guidance to this student. This student is just like Qingbai. After using Jiang Feng's guidance, I immediately noticed the difference. Then comes the next student. Opening up the adversarial intelligence, analyzing the target character's training methods. Instructor Wang Tian on the side had nothing to do now. Usually, if these students have any questions they don't understand, they always ask him for advice. He observed carefully. Jiang Feng found that the exercise methods he provided to each student were different. But he could vaguely feel that the exercise method seemed to be the most suitable for that student at the moment. He was immediately surprised. Perhaps only Hong can achieve such a level, right? It is said that when you have a high status in the extreme martial arts school and have enough wealth, you can spend money to have Hong specifically help you develop cultivation techniques. Although it is a rumor, Wang Tianxue has no doubt, after all, it is the strongest Hong. But the person in front of me is Jiang Feng. You should know that Jiang Feng was still an intermediate student yesterday. Wang Tian decided to also seek guidance from Jiang Feng. So, Wang Tian and Jiang Feng instructed all the students and walked up to Jiang Feng. Coach Wang, what can I do for you? Jiang Feng, I've been stuck in this stage for a long time now. No matter how much I exercise, I can't improve anymore. Can you also give me some guidance? Wang Tian blushed uncontrollably after speaking. He is an instructor, but now he seeks advice from a student who has not yet truly become a warrior. The students on the side were all shocked. After exercising according to Jiang Feng's instructions, they did find that the effect improved significantly. But to my surprise, Coach Wang Tian also came to consult Jiang Feng. Lin Qingbai beside him was so surprised that his chin almost fell to the ground. The coach turned to Jiang Feng for advice. Is it Wang Tian crazy or is he crazy? Jiang Feng looked at Wang Tian and nodded. Okay. Then Coach Wang, please also practice your usual exercise routine. Wang Tian blushed and began practicing his usual exercise routine. Unleashing the ultimate insight, analyzing the target character's exercise methods. There are 4,014 issues with this target exercise method. 9,431 improvement plans are available. Currently screening for the best improvement plan. Screening successful. Jiang Feng also gave guidance to Wang Tian. The guidance is complete. Wang Tian was instantly shocked. Unlike those intermediate students. As a warrior, he suddenly realized the terrifying aspect of Jiang Feng's guidance to him. This is not about improving exercise effectiveness, it is clearly a tailored exercise method for him. He believes that as long as he persists in exercising in this way, it is not impossible for him to break through and become a senior warrior, even to become a warrior. Lin Qingbai on the side looked at Wang Tian and the students who had received Jiang Feng's guidance, one by one excited. He felt that the world was going crazy. Then he left here and returned to the third floor. He felt that if he continued to stay here, he would also go crazy. After returning to the third floor, Lin Qingbai glanced at several people who were also exercising here and heard them talking about Jiang Feng. He was very unhappy in his heart and started exercising. What is Jiang Feng? He's just a lucky person who relies on awakening his spiritual and mental abilities. When I become a warrior, Jiang Feng can be stepped on by me at any time. It seems like I'm also a genius. I can feel that I have just started exercising, but my strength has greatly improved. Lin Qingbai was ecstatic and began to exercise crazily. As he continued to exercise, he felt his strength constantly strengthening. I will soon become a warrior. Jiang Feng, have you seen it? I'm the real genius. By exercising again, I can reach the level of a warrior. Tomorrow, I will also participate in the quasi-warrior assessment. Along with several other senior students on the third floor, Lin Qingbai looked as if he was going crazy and didn't know why. At this point, Jiang Feng had already stepped out of the extreme martial arts school. Just now, he pointed out those students and Wang Tian, and he clearly felt that he had become more perfect in deducing martial arts. Sure enough, seeing knowledge is power. The more he sees and knows, the more perfect the techniques he can create. I need to see and learn more now. Jiang Feng has decided. When he reaches the star level, he will deduce a technique that is 100% suitable for the cultivation of Chinese people, and then announce it. And after he reaches planetary level, he should also go to the universe. His stage is destined not to be Earth, but the entire universe. Only in the universe can he see more and become stronger. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.